Diddy Combs in court, and I'll be reporting from two different sources. Tyrone Bowman live. Welcome to the program. This is this is going to be the final program for tonight. According to Black Enterprise magazine, I'm going to read that article from there, and I'm going to read from the Wrap. So let's find out exactly what happened. So according to Black Enterprise magazine, the headline reads, Diddy denied evidentiary hearing on claims the government is leaking information to the press. Sean Diddy Combs has been dealt another legal blow as a judge denied his latest motion for an evidentiary hearing. Now, in an evidentiary hearing, that's when the supposed alleged facts are presented from on the side of the defendant to present before the judge that will convince them through that motion that they should have a right to address these issues and receive the relief that they're seeking. On Monday, Judge Aran Subramanian rejected the disgraced mogul's request for additional discovery and an evidentiary hearing, according to the Wrap. The judge criticized Combs' legal team for failing to provide evidence that the U.S. government had leaked sensitive information to the media, including, excuse me, I got a cheap set, y'all. I'm trying to make it work. My stuff is cheap. I ain't lying. My stuff is cheap. You know, coming from where I've come from to get to this point, it took a miracle. So according to the Wrap, the judge criticized Combs' legal team for failing to provide evidence that the U.S. government had leaked sensitive information to the media, including the 2016 hotel surveillance video of his violent assault on ex-girlfriend and R&B singer Cassie, which was obtained by CNN, or notifying the press about the April raids on his properties in New York, Miami, and Los Angeles. The ruling comes in response to the rapper/entertainer previously alleging that the government, primarily through the Department of Homeland Security, or DHS, had engaged in a 7-month campaign against him. The Bad Boy founder believes the timing of the leaked hotel video could only be the decision of a government insider. Combs suggests that the timing of the leak points to a government source because federal agents would have known that May 17 was a perfect time due to the break in the Trump trial for Barron Trump's high school graduation, his filing states. However, according to Judge Subramanian, Combs has not carried his burden to show that the government leaked it to CNN. Combs argues that the most likely source of the leak is the government, but he doesn't point to any sound basis for the conclusion. The court reminds the public that whether the government can prove Combs' guilt in this case will turn on the evidence presented at trial, not in a trial by newspapers, the judge added. Federal authorities are denying any involvement in the information that has been revealed to the press. Combs remains behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, on charges of racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and transporting individuals for prostitution. His multiple requests for bail have been denied ahead of his federal trial scheduled to begin on May 5th, 2025. Now, isn't it ironic that another person was charged with all kinds of stuff and he was allowed just to walk free out of the courtroom? No bail. And he made him president of the United States. So according to the Wrap, the article reads, the headline reads, Diddy denied evidentiary hearing as he fails to prove feds leaked Cassie hotel tape. Sean Diddy Combs was dealt yet another legal setback as he prepares for his upcoming federal trial, this time as Judge Aran Subramanian denied the music mogul's request or latest motion for additional discovery and an evidentiary hearing. According to Monday's opinion, in order, Combs' team failed to prove that the American government has been leaking sensitive materials to the press, such as giving the 2016 hotel videotape with ex-girlfriend Cassie to CNN, or altering the media or alerting the media to the April raids on his home in New York, Miami, and Los Angeles. Well, you know, in the world of law, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. I'll say that again. In the world of law, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And I am studying this and the Constitution and so many other things. The rapper previously alleged that the government, primarily through the Department of Homeland Security, has engaged in a 7-month campaign against him. However, according to, now I'm reading from the rap, So according to the rap, and they engaged in a 7-month campaign against him. So Combs has not carried his burden to show that the government leaked the tape to CNN. Combs argues that the most likely source of the leak is the government. So additionally, Judge Subramanian noted that Combs doubted Cassie herself was the leak, as she had no motive due to their settlement, and that a third party would have sold the tape instead of simply giving it to the press. Combs suggests that the timing of the leak points to a government source because federal agents would have known that May 17 was a perfect time. Okay. With that said, defense denied any involvement. Judge Subramanian also pointed out that the court reminds the public that whether the government can prove Combs' guilt at trial or not, it's not going to be tried in the newspapers. And there's one more thing I'm going to read, and this is from the Business Times. So let's see how they report this. Okay, they reported a little different. So their headline says, Sean Diddy Combs faces another legal setback as judge rejects government leak claims in sex trafficking case. A federal judge on Monday rejected Sean Diddy Combs' request for an evidentiary hearing to investigate his claim that the federal government leaked sensitive video evidence, including footage showing him allegedly assaulting ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, to the media. The ruling issued by Judge Tyrone Bowman in the Southern District of New York dismissed Combs' accusations that prosecutors strategically leaked materials to prejudice the public and potential jurors against him. Well, you know what? It's too late for all that because his case is already ruined before it gets started. People are going to come into that courtroom with a preconceived, made-up mind. Why? Because it's been all in the papers, it's been all over the news, it's been talked about since April. You are not going to get a jury that says, oh, I can set aside all my personal prejudice against him. No, they're not. And they're not going to give him a jury of his peers. So with all his millions, with all his status, with all the prestige and everything that he has gained, notably down through the years, with all his business acumen and success, they're treating him just like they treat everybody else. And y'all know exactly what I mean. If this was a white executive, a white Hollywood movie producer, or entertainment mogul accused of the same exact thing as him, he would have been out on bail the same day. You know it, and I know it. The ruling comes as Combs, who's 55 years old, as the music mogul prepares for his racketeering and sex crimes trial next year. He has pleaded not guilty to charges of sex trafficking, So he has pleaded not guilty to charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs remains held at the Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center while awaiting trial. So the video in question, which surfaced 5 months before Combs' September arrest, allegedly shows him attacking Ventura in a hallway at the Intercontinental Hotel in 2016. In the footage, Combs appears to grab Ventura by the neck, threw her to the ground, and kicked her before dragging her down the hallway. The clip sparked widespread media attention and public outrage, fueling further scrutiny of Combs' alleged misconduct. Ain't no alleging that he did do it. It's not appeared. That's exactly what happened in the video. Combs' legal team argued in an October filing that the government engaged in a coordinated effort to smear his reputation, accusing prosecutors of leaking grand jury materials and confidential information. The defense claimed these leaks led to highly prejudicial media coverage, undermining Combs' ability to receive a fair trial. The allegations, however, were dismissed by federal prosecutors, who stated in a court filing that they were not in possession of the video before its publication. by CNN. Prosecutors insisted that they did not acquire any footage of the 2016 incident until after the network broadcast. So while you're watching, would you kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tyrone Bowman Live? Thank you. So, Judge Subramanian sided with prosecutors, concluding that Combs failed to prove concrete evidence of a government leak. However, he issued a firm warning stating if specific information comes to light that they leaked prohibited information, action will be taken. Subramanian emphasized that the case's outcome will rely on evidence presented in court rather than a trial by newspapers. The ruling is a blow to Combs' defense, which has sought to cast doubt on the integrity of the prosecution's case. The musician's attorneys declined to comment on the judge's decision. All his lawyers have to do during the trial is raise reasonable doubt. That's it. They don't even have to prove that he's innocent. Just raise reasonable doubt. So Combs' legal troubles have mounted since his arrest, with more than 100 alleged victims reportedly coming forward with claims of abuse, including sex assault, druggings, and other misconduct of his so-called freak-off parties. The accusations have reverberated across the entertainment industry, implicating other high-profile figures and triggering ongoing investigations. They are running scared in that entertainment industry, and don't be surprised if the notable people are behind the scenes, paying people off to make sure that Combs does not talk or get out of prison. The judge's ruling reaffirms the principle of confidentiality in grand jury proceedings and signals the court's intent to remain a fair and impartial process as the high-profile case moves toward trial. The court reminds the public that whether the government can prove Combs' guilt will turn on the evidence presented at trial. Combs, according to the article, a once prominent figure in music and business, now faces a lengthy legal battle, with the trial scheduled to begin on May 5th of 2025. His case remains under intense media scrutiny as prosecutors prepare to present the evidence in court. And now this is serious. Take what I'm about to say right now. For those implicated by domestic violence or sexual assault, resources such as the National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1-800-799-7233, 1-800-799-7233, and the National Sexual Assault Hotline, 1-800-656-HOPE, that's 1-800-656-HOPE, offer confidential support and assistance. All right, thank you for watching. Until next time, never surrender.